Hello and welcome to AC1110 Accounting Fundamentals. My contact information is down here. My name is Bob Steele and my email address is here. I've got the phone number for you, and this is a website that you could take a look at, which will show you a lot of the instructional videos, which we'll take a look at a bit later. We have the Monday office hours on Monday 6 p.m. Pacific time, so that is Pacific time, and the phone number is here. It's different because this is a conference call line. So if you're calling at this time, you want to call the conference call line and log in with that conference code. We can also log in to the URL address. That way you can see my screen and or we can share each other's screen. And in that way we can work problems together. It's a very effective way to work through problems. If you can't make the 6 o'clock time on Monday, that's okay. This is just office hours, and we can set up some different time if that works as well. So in that case, you'd have to, call me or email me and see if we could set up a time that would work at another time. We also have Amanda Edwards as an accounting instructor that is available for tutoring hours as well. We have her information in one of the course announcements down here. She can use a similar type of screen share. She also has formal tutoring on Wednesday nights. So we'll take a look at that in a bit. I do recommend taking advantage of those resources and any on-ground resources. This first class that you will have is going to be probably more time consuming than later classes because we're going to get used to a lot of the system, just how to go through the weeks and how to log into this. This is called Moodle. We're also going to log into McGraw-Hill, and that will be two systems that you'll have to learn. After a little bit of learning them, then they will become second nature, and it'll be kind of like a habit just to get into Moodle and then go into McGraw-Hill. But you want to spend a significant amount of time in the first few weeks learning these resources, and I highly recommend doing that by going down into week 1 and watching these videos here. So this video will go over how to use the ebook. This video will go over how to save and sort data. This will go over just the accounting fundamentals worksheet, and then we'll get into just lectures in accounting. So it's not just the accounting that's going to be difficult on the first couple weeks. It's just learning the routine, learning how the weeks will be. After that, all your classes will be similar in structure, at least your accounting classes, in terms of how we'll work through them, and it'll be much more routine. Also, once you get down to your assignments, you want to watch these instructional videos in terms of how to maneuver through the assignments in Connect and the homework in Connect, because you want to use those resources as efficiently as possible. So we'll talk more about that as we go. The first thing that you're going to have to do when you set up the class is to log into what we call the McGraw-Hill It's Connect. So that will be over here. It's called McGraw-Hill is the publisher, Connect is the software. So McGraw-Hill Connect, it could be termed either way. It's really termed Connect by McGraw-Hill. And in order to set this up, you want to go down here and watch this video on how to set this thing up. Then once it is set up, you can go in here and I'll show you how to maneuver through that. So that's the first thing you want to do. Make sure to get in there and set up the McGraw-Hill. How do you do? Once you do that, then you'll be in here and you'll see week 1. And once you start maneuvering through week 1, you really want to check your resources, meaning this is the ebook over here. See how to navigate through the ebook by looking at the ebook resources. And you can print the ebook if you want to do that. You can save it as a PDF file if you want to read it offline at a separate time and or location which does not have the internet. In order to do that, watch the ebook resources area. How do you get through the assignments? There's going to be a video on each type of assignment, meaning Learn Smarts are these type of assignments, and this is going to be a longer type of assignment. And these paper clips are going to have are things that you don't generally turn in to Connect. They're there to basically help you and or turn into Moodle rooms. Again, watch the videos in order to learn how to work these assignments. Once you do that, it'll be similar from week to week, but there are some tips and tricks that can make it a lot easier to work through these assignments, and it'll be a lot easier to do that if someone tells you those tips and tricks without having to learn them by trial and error. So I'm going to go back to Moodle Rooms up here and go into Moodle Rooms. Now, this website right here, if you take a look at that, if you open this up, it will open up basically a website which is going to house a lot of the resources, just basically videos for this class and some of your future classes. So If you're having any problems with the hyperlinks or anything like that, you could just go to this area, and this drop down will have the list of classes. You're currently in accounting fundamentals, and so accounting fundamentals is here, and you can go into there. If you want to look at some of your future classes or anything like that, there's some videos on the future classes. You can go in and look ahead and see what type of stuff would be happening in later classes if you want to get a head start on that in this area as well. It should all be housed here. These are just links to the websites, so these are going to be the PowerPoint presentations. So if you scroll down here, then that will take you to the PowerPoint introduction, and all the videos should be somewhere on this website. So many of the other links will just basically link to this website to show you some of the instructional videos, and if that is a problem to get in there, this is a site where you can look at that, and you can look at future classes as well and see what might be coming up in later classes. We have the syllabi, which will be here. So if you open up the syllabi, you got the same contact information. Course description, it's going to be an introduction to the accounting classes. I do want to scroll down here and touch on the grading criteria. Note that the discussions are 21%, quizzes 33, assignments 33, homework 13. What that means is that you really want to pick up the discussion forums. How I would approach these classes is this, in order to make sure to pass them and pick up as many points as possible. These discussion forum points should be the thing that is kind of the easiest thing to pick up, even though it does take a lot of work to do it. They are completely up to you. It's graded on participation and if you're adding to the discussion. So I would try to get 100% of that 21%, because that's 2 full grades and you have the most control over that. The assignment and the homeworks, again, there's a lot of control over that, and I would not do as much of those as possible. Some of these are going to be longer problems, but there are a lot of resources to help out with these problems, so you really want to pick up as many of these points as possible. Shouldn't get zeros on them given the resources available to you in those, and make sure to watch the videos to pick those resources up. And then when you take the quiz, you want to have as big a cushion as possible. So those are worth 33%, including the quiz, midterm, and final. So you want to have as much a cushion as possible when you take those quizzes, because you have the least amount of control over those. Do not miss the quiz. Make sure to take the quizzes, because they generally cannot pick up late work on the quizzes. They are multiple choice questions, so you don't want to not do the quiz. Anything on the quiz would be better than a 0 on the quiz. So that's how I would approach the point totals. If you go down, you got the homework grid as well. Let you take a look at that on your own. You got the welcome letter that you can take a look at as well. We have the course announcements down here. So this will relate to if you want to contact other individuals within this course. You can do that by going to the participants and send like a Moodle message, which is kind of like, a Facebook message if you were going to contact someone within that network. So you can kind of contact other people within the class. Good idea to get together and talk to each other in some format in that way. That would be good. Connect answer keys. Now this will be going over on the videos. Make sure to use the resources for Connect, meaning there's an answer key and there's like a check your work feature. Make sure to look at the videos so you know what those features are, so that you start off strong and know all the resources available to you. And once you have those resources down, it will be a lot easier to work these problems in the future. Videos and audios, if there's any problems with those. This is Amanda Edwards' information. So you want to go into this information, and if you need, she has office hours from 7 to 9 Pacific time on Wednesday. And you can also email her as well if you want to set up other time to meet as well. And so we have a lot of resources in terms of tutoring on that. If the on ground, your campus has someone that can help with instruction, that would be great too. I would strongly recommend taking advantage of that, especially in this first mod. And now I'm going to go back up to the cookie trail. I call this the cookie trail up here. And I'm going to go back to the class, which is this area there. And that'll take me back to the face of the class. So then just remember that your grades are going to be over here. So much of your work will be in Connect, but then the grades will go into the grade book once a week. We'll talk more about that in the week 1 presentation, but just be aware that it will be the official grade book. It won't have much in it until the end of each week, in which time all the grades from McGraw-Hill and anything in Moodle Room will be implemented into the grade book. So that's it for the overview. Have a great class.